What's going on, guys? It's Brandon with Extreme Daily Drivers, and today we're going to be reviewing Atoto's S8 Premium and their incredible 180-degree backup camera. So what's up, guys? I'm chilling in the shade in my 2006 Jeep Commander, and I got this truck, as you guys know, about a month ago, and it came with a terrible, terrible stereo, and it was something I had to do something about sooner rather than later. So the great people over at Atoto reached out to me and they said, hey, we heard you got a new car. How about getting a new stereo and maybe even installing a backup camera? And man, I was so psyched. I was like, yes, this works out perfect. So I talked to Sherry over at Atoto. She gave me a choice of what head unit I wanted to install. And one of the choices was the S8. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago, or actually maybe a couple months ago now, I installed an S8 in my buddy Randy's Jeep, and I fell in love with it during the install, man. The thing is just amazing, literally like the Rolls Royce of head units. So when given the choice, I went ahead and said, hey, go ahead and send me that S8. So not only did she send me the S8, she sent me the new S8 Premium, and man, this thing is sick. So check it out, man. Got it installed here in the old Jeep Commander. Let me tell you something. Installing a head unit in this car is not that easy. I'm gonna go into that in a minute, but I just wanna go over real quick just how absolutely beautiful this display is. Super quick, real easy to touch, awesome interface, man. This thing is super cool, it's beautiful. I mean, this is an Android basically in your car. I mean, it's just like another cell phone practically. And man, is it lightning fast and super smooth. So before we go over installation, let me show you what comes in the box with the Atoto S8. All right, guys, let's do an unboxing of the S8 Premium. So kicking us off, we got our GPS antenna. I might add, everything's labeled real nice in this box. We got some mounting hardware. Not sure if we're gonna need this or not. We have a Wi-Fi extender antenna. We have 2 USBs. A microphone. Here is the wiring harness for the head unit, and check it out. It is so nicely labeled. You see all that? Everything is labeled, super clear, real easy to follow. This is an adapter for a front camera if you choose to install one of those. It's a nice finishing plate once it's installed in the car. And these are always nice, right? These are screen protectors. Super cool. Instructions. And now we get to the good stuff. Check this thing out. Look how nicely they package it. I can't wait to see this thing. Oh, dude. Check this thing out, bro. Holy cow. Absolutely gorgeous. So installation in the old 2006 Jeep Commander Limited, it really isn't that bad. First thing you have to do is remove the dash. So the dash is held in by 16 bolts. They are 5mm Allen head. So once you remove the 16 bolts, the dash will pull off, and that'll leave you with access to the receiver. Now, it doesn't matter if you have an aftermarket receiver like I did, or if you have a stock receiver, it's gonna come off the same way. 4 bolts are gonna hold it in, then you're gonna pull it out, and you'll have access to the back of the unit. All right, so I got the stereo out of here, and I wanna show you guys kind of what you need if you have the Limited, and if you have the amplifier, okay? So you're gonna need this guy here. I'm gonna put a link down below. You're gonna need to get this from Amazon. This is the PAC RP4 CH11. Okay, I'm gonna reuse the one that's in here. Obviously, I'm not gonna buy a new one. It's already installed. It allows a lot of the pre-existing stuff in your OEM unit to work with the new car stereo. So it also, I believe, is totally necessary in order for the amp to actually work. So you need to get one of them. They're pretty expensive. They're right around $100. But again, totally necessary if you have the Limited, if you have the Boston Acoustic speakers, if you have the amplifier. Now, if you have like a regular Sport or something that has a regular old car stereo in it, then you don't need to have that. You can just do a traditional installation. You won't have to worry about it all. So I know this looks like a big mess, but the previous installer actually did a pretty darn good job. They used a lot of these kind of male and female clips here to make their connections to the actual wiring of the head unit. And what I'm going to do is unplug these after I take a photo. I'm going to go ahead and unplug these, and then I'm going to put some clips very similar on our new wiring harness for our Atoto S8. All right, guys, so let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the S8. Now, this thing can do a bazillion different things. I'm not going to list everything it can do. It works awesome with Android Auto. That's what I use it for mostly. It also will work with Apple CarPlay. So for all you Apple guys out there, this thing will work for you too. Everything's built into it. It's got GPS. You can Bluetooth your music in and out of here. It'll answer your phone calls. You can send text messages. You can install a front-facing camera. You can install a backup camera, which we're gonna get into in a minute. You can access Google. You can access YouTube. You can go ahead and basically do anything you can do on a computer on this head unit. All right, so as you guys know, the head unit comes with 2 USBs. Now I got one of them, the data one. It's coming down here into my glove box. See it right here? Yeah, super easy install. Just kind of ran it behind the dashboard. So if I get some music on a thumb drive or something like that, go ahead and hook that up. So that's where that guy is. Now, the other one, oh man, I got fancy here. I ran the other one down behind the AC controls here. Then I ran it into that hole. I did a custom mount here, custom magnetic scotch mount where my cell phone sits. Boom, just like that. So now when I get in my car, my phone goes here, I hook this up, and then I come over to the head unit, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit CarLink, because that is gonna run Android Auto, which is gonna have everything that I want when I'm driving down the road. And as you're gonna see, it's gonna pull up real quick here, GPS location, tells me how to get home, and then also I got Pandora here. I touch the P, and boom, we got ourselves some music. We wanna listen to the Misfits? Go ahead and hit play. And man, this is where this stereo is incredible, man. The sound, holy cow, the sound out of this, it's like the best I've ever had in any car that I've had. And you guys know I had a pretty sweet system in the XB. This is better. It really is. It's really incredible. I only have stock speakers in here, the Boston Acoustics that are 15 years old that came with this thing. But I'm telling you, man, it's incredible. It sounds so good. And one of the reasons it does is this amazing graphic equalizer that comes with this unit. So check this out. So I go home here, and then I got an equalizer. And right here, not only can I change all of these bands, I think there's 16 of them, but you can do front and rear. You could run 2 different equalizers for the front and rear. There's a loudness button. Default just takes you back to normal if you mess with this too much. And then there are a number of different pre-programmed equalizers. Believe it or not, soft is my favorite. So when it comes to phone quality and whether or not people can actually hear you, man, it's fantastic. And one of the reasons is it actually comes with a microphone, and I actually installed it properly. Check it out over here on my A-pillar. There's my little mic. What I did was I popped this guy off. You got 2 access points right here. Pop these pieces of plastic off. There are 2 bolts in there. Undo those bolts, and this A-pillar will come right off. Then you can go ahead and run your wire down, and then I brought mine underneath here. Now I did the same sort of thing for the GPS antenna. Kind of ran it the same way. I just hit it along the base line here, came down underneath here, and it runs right underneath the dashboard just like the mic does. So since I have that GPS antenna right there on the dash, man, the maps is super quick. It takes me where I need to go super, super fast. So easy to work with. And man, it's just like a regular Google map. You go ahead and you could focus in closer to where you are and everything. It is really, really cool. So easy to use. So another super rad feature to this thing comes pre-installed is this Torque app, all right? Open this guy up and it can tell you all sorts of stuff about how your car's running, give you all sorts of information and all sorts of feedback. Now, in order for this to work, you're gonna need something to plug into your OBD2 reader. So I got this guy here. What is it called? What is it called? Oh, the ELM 327. I'll put a link down below. This thing is like $15. You plug this into your OBD2 reader. It's down here on this car. Let me plug it in. Now we just need this to connect. Now the awesome thing about the S8 is that it can connect to 2 Bluetooth sources. So if you're using Bluetooth to connect your phone, you can still Bluetooth and connect to this device. So it looks like it's looking for it. If you look up here, it looks like it's blinking, it's looking for it. And I probably have to make a connection. So let's go home, let's go to settings, let's go to device, let's go to Bluetooth. We're gonna go ahead and see what's available. Let me see here, pair new device. And it's gonna look for available devices. It's searching, it's searching, it's searching. Where are you at? All right, there's the OBD2, you see it? Go ahead and click on it. It's gonna connect. Now we should go up here to this window. We could scroll over here to Torque. And boom, we're connected. So now it's showing the revs, can you see that? and I can actually scan and look for trouble codes if my car is throwing any. Now, shockingly, my Jeep Commander is not throwing any codes, but you can get some real cool real-time information here. I click that, and now it's telling me my coolant level. It would tell me my speed if I was moving, RPMs again. Now you can change this around, and you can look at it in many different ways, all right? You can run, it can do a ton of stuff, man. It can go ahead and tell you, your best 0 to 100 kph, your best 1/8 mile, your best 0 to 60 quarter mile. I mean, if you're in a drag race, and you can get all that information, and you could build your own custom dashboard and theme. So that torque app is really cool, man, and you can, again, go crazy with that if you want to, make all sorts of adjustments. You can have it going all the time, give you all sorts of feedback if that's what you're into. For me, I'll use it if I ever have a code that pops up on my dashboard and I want to know what the problem is. Other than that, I kind of keep that little dongle right here in my center console, and I throw it on there whenever I need it. I don't keep it on all the time, but you could if you wanted to. All right, so now let's talk backup camera. When Atoto reached out to me, asked me about the head unit, I said, we're gonna send you a backup camera as well. And I said, awesome. Backup cameras are great. The only thing that's not great about a backup camera is the installation if you have a car that has a hatch, like I do. Because let me tell you something, the installation on these cars that have a hatch, it's kind of a nightmare. You gotta go from the license plate, through the hatch, back into the car, down to the tail light, grab the reverse wire, then from the back of the car, all the way to the front of the car, underneath the dashboard, to the back of the receiver. Oh man, you better pack a lunch because it takes a while to do. But the end result is incredible, man. And this backup camera, all right? Specifically, I'm talking about Atoto's HD0 3LR. The thing is incredible. Link down in the description, as always, there's all this stuff, okay? It's an incredible piece. Before I go ahead and break it all down for you, let me show you what comes in the box. All right, let's do an unboxing of the backup camera. This is the AC HD0 3LR. This is a $79 backup camera on Amazon. Link down in the description. And let me try to open this up one-handed, show you guys what's inside. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Another box. A box inside of a box inside of a box. And then another, what is this? Oh yes, this thing here. We're gonna get into this thing in a minute. Let's see what's in here. All right, got ourselves an instruction manual. Excellent. We have ourselves a license plate bracket. Here is the camera itself. Check it out, nice and small, really cool. And then the wire that's gonna run from the camera to the back of the head unit. And it's like some more little mounting brackets in case you have to mount this in a different way. Hopefully we won't have to do that, and we'll be able to make it work at the license plate. So now, you're wondering what this thing is. This is a giant cloth that we're gonna use later on to lay on the ground. It's called a calibration cloth. It's going to help us set the camera up because this camera is special. So let me show you the backup camera install that I did. Here it is. Pretty clean, huh? The license plate bracket worked out awesome. And I ran the wire up underneath into the handle. So after I got done installing the backup camera and going through the hatch and blah, blah, run the wires and all that stuff, putting everything back together again, now is time when you have to actually calibrate the backup camera. So in order to do that, you have to use the calibrating mat. So the calibration mat goes behind your vehicle on the ground, and what it does is it sets up some like a field of view or something like that for the camera to kind of dial in and then make a setting. So when laying this calibration mat down, you need to do it in your garage. You cannot do it outside. I don't care if there's no wind or whatever. Trust me, it will blow away. Ask me how I know. The other thing that I had trouble with the backup camera as far as calibrating it was actually getting to the screen. So let me show you how I did it. All right, so get to the calibration menu. What you have to do is put your vehicle in reverse. That, of course, is going to pull up the backup camera. Now you're going to tap 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then once. And that pulls up the calibration menu. Now, for whatever reason, the first time I tried to do this, I had a really hard time doing it. But now it seems like anytime I try, it just works. You're going to go ahead and you put in your vehicle parameters. I already got SUV in there and the length of the vehicle. Then you're going to hit calibration. It'll do a thing real quick, and it'll say calibrated. And then you're just going to go ahead and save and then exit. All right, now let me show you how awesome this backup camera is, dude. All right, I'm gonna put it in reverse. I'm gonna get 2 screens. I have a traditional backup screen with a fisheye view, and I have my vehicle here with the 180 view. Now check this out. I'm gonna back up, and I'm gonna be using that little backup screen. And as you can see, it's telling me exactly where to go. Now that little thing that you see there is the shadow of the car I'm parking next to. All right, and as I get into the spot here, get in there, check it out. Now my car has a backup sensor, that's what you hear beeping, but look at that. So that's it, man. That's the review. That's the installation of the Atoto S8 Premium and their incredible 180 wide angle bird's eye view HD03LR backup camera. Man, it's a mouthful, but man, this package is unbelievable. Now, if you guys want to scoop this thing up at a discounted price, go down into the item description on this YouTube video. I'll have a code down there so you can get 6% off. The good people at Atoto are going to hook you up. Take advantage of it, dude, because this thing is killer. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and pick yourself up one of these cars. Stop living in the past with your CD player or your 8-track player or your cassette player or whatever you're running in your car. Step it up. It's 2021. Get yourself one of these incredible Android touchscreen, crazy, awesome car stereos. The S8 Premium is what I recommend. It's a great deal. Get it. I'll see you next week, guys. Take it easy.